Hey guys, Super Trini here, GSPtalksSports. We're talking about the rest of the World Cup qualifiers around the world, the roundup. So, we would have spoken in a video about the Concacaf and the main match, Trinidad, Jamaica. So we all know what happened there. Jamaica with the 2-0 win. So I'll come back to Concacaf a little later. I want to start in Africa. So in Group A, Egypt drew 0-0 with Burkina Faso. And that was basically enough to guarantee Egypt because the matter of they being so far ahead in their group. If Burkina Faso had won, then it could have gone on to the remaining games and stuff like that. So Egypt, you could say, basically booked their spot, along with, as we talked about before, Morocco would have booked their spot before. Over in Group B, Senegal 3-2 over Democratic Republic of Congo. So they are basically close there, Senegal as well. Usually a power in Africa. In Group C, South Africa, Nigeria, 0-0. And just imagine both of those powerhouses in the same group. So South Africa and Nigeria kind of are really close, a point separating them atop their table. Over in Group D, Cape Verde with a 1-0 win over Cameroon. Yeah, big team like Cameroon. So Cape Verde basically in right now. Cameroon have to look for a playoff spot. Over in Group E, as we talked about, Morocco already qualified. They had a comfortable 2-0 win over Zambia. Group F, Ivory Coast and Gabon, 0-0. They on 20 and 19 points, so very, very close with those two top in Group F. Over in Group G, Algeria had a draw, 0-0 draw. They basically in as well. Group H, Tunisia booked their spot with a 1-0 win over Equatorial Guinea. And over in Group I, Ghana basically remember they beat Trinidad and Tobago 4-0 recently in May, by the way. They had a 1-0 win over Mali, so they basically in as well. So that rounds up the African qualifying, the World Cup qualifying roundup. And yeah, talking UEFA, so some big ones. We had Spain beating Turkey 6-0, right? That was a little massacre there. Nobody ain't thinking Turkey gonna get that kind of licks. Belgium beating Kazakhstan 6-0 as well. De Bruyne turning back the clock there. So he looking good for the World Cup. That is something good to see, man. Big player there. Kosovo beating Sweden. Big upset there. Who would I think? Sweden with all the firepower they have. Elanga from Newcastle. Guy Perez from Arsenal. And you couldn't beat Kosovo. You had to bring off Isak from the bench. Isak's supposed to be resting. Right? 68% possession. 14 shots. 5 on target. And Kosovo beat you. So real big upset there. Probably one of the matches of this window. Italy 5, Israel 4. Right? Italy were actually 4-2 down in this match. Who would have think that Israel would have been leading Italy 4-2? And yeah, from the 81st minute, they came back, stormed back to make it 5-4 and put themselves back into contention because it was looking like Italy, things were looking bleak. And just imagine, Neil, shout out. I don't know if you all remember, Italy didn't make it to the 2018 and 2022 World Cup. You're talking about the 4-time champions. They make it to 2 consecutive World Cups and were pretty much in danger of missing out this World Cup as well. So good to see Italy back in the fold. And yeah, hard luck for Israel there, leading 4-2, and Italy come back to make it 5-4. That real heartbreaking. Also, big one to mention, Croatia beating Montenegro 4-0. Modric still starting for Croatia? What? This man at 40 years old still starting and play most of the game. By the way, I support Croatia in 2018 in the final. By the way, I wanted Modric. I'm a Real Madrid player. I wanted the man to win the World Cup. So yeah, I would have mentioned Portugal. Yeah, Portugal beating Hungary 3-2. Obviously, Ronaldo scoring. Ronaldo in line for a 6th World Cup, along with, fingers crossed, Messi two men for the first time ever, it will be done that they will be making a sixth World Cup. So yeah, Ronaldo and Messi final. leave, leave a comment. Let me know who you like going forward. Oh, another big one. Probably this is the biggest one. Norway 11, Moldova 1. Erland Haaland with 5 goals. First ever 10.0 rating. Norway in the World Cup. Yeah, they booked. They in the World Cup. I'm telling you, this man is a cheat code. Haaland is a cheat code. Do they have a chance in the World Cup? Let me know as well. Does Norway have a chance with this cheat code man Haaland at his best? Let us know. And then another big one, England 5, Serbia nil. England are in. They're in an easy group then. So yeah, this is a roundup for Europe there. Some big ones, some big scores. Couple big upsets as well. So things panning out pretty well, and we'll see how it develops in the next window as well. Looking forward. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Over into South America, right? Before we get into the big ones, Ecuador with a 1-0 win over Argentina. Otamendi was sent off in the 31st minute. Talking points, no Messi. So they're preparing for life without Messi, basically. Does he play in the World Cup? It's still a bit unsure at age 39. Does he play? And he played 12 out of the 18 qualifying games for Argentina. So, and him not playing all the games on Argentina, still comfortably top of the group. So, by the way, leave a comment in the comments. Do you think Argentina goes back to back, or who do you have winning the World Cup? By the way, who do you think has the best chance? Moving on, Chile 0, Uruguay 0. Uruguay already in, and surprisingly, as I mentioned in another video, Chile bottom of the table, which is really, really surprising. Paraguay 1-0 over Peru. Paraguay already in, so that was basically a nothing game really. So the big ones, Bolivia playing Brazil, knowing that they need to beat Brazil for only the second time in their history, and with a combination of Venezuela playing Colombia, and Venezuela was basically a point ahead. So they needed to beat Brazil and for Venezuela to lose, or even if Venezuela drew, they were also being Bolivia playing at home, and yeah, they beat Brazil 1-0. Who thought that would happen? So they did what they had to do, and in the Venezuela playing at home hosted in Colombia. I don't know why the neighbors move so with Venezuela. Colombia beat Venezuela 6-3. Heartbreak in Venezuela. They had it all in their hands. They just needed to beat Colombia and well, hope Brazil took care of business. But Brazil and Argentina, they had a off night. So yeah, Bolivia beating Brazil, Colombia beating Venezuela 6-3, and knocking their neighbors out of the World Cup, well, continental spot, I should say. So Bolivia in the continental spot. So really, really interesting turn of events there, because a lot of people had Venezuela probably ending up in the continental spot. And then moving back on to CONCACAF. So in Group A, we had Suriname playing El Salvador. Suriname at home. And now I had predicted that Panama and Guatemala, they are the other two teams in this group, that they're going to top this group, first and second, Panama, Guatemala. El Salvador probably being the weakest team, because as we would have mentioned before, Suriname with the dual citizenship clause, basically taking Dutch lower league players to bolster their ranks, basically. And yeah, Suriname doing it. Suriname beat El Salvador 2-1. So Suriname are top of the group right now. They clearly didn't read the script, and Panama and Guatemala 1-1. So they kind of fighting up. Yeah. Still a long way to go in this group because not much points separating Suriname on top on 4. Panama with the 2 draws. They basically on 2 points, and yeah, we'll see. Panama and Guatemala still has a chance, but if Suriname were to make it out of this group, top of the group, or even in the playoff spot and get the one of the best second teams, it will be really something else for Suriname. And I like the way how, as I said, they upset in the upper card. They don't cater. Yeah, so good to see for smaller countries for the Caribbean, that kind of thing. In Group B, Curacao played Bermuda. Curacao hosting Bermuda, and was all going according to plan. Everybody had Curacao winning comfortably. Curacao were cruising 2-0 up, and then Bermuda came back and made it 2-all, and it had a fight up there for Curacao to come back and win it 3-2. Yeah, so Bermuda is showing that, and this is pre-warning for Trinidad and Tobago, that if we think we go in Bermuda for a cakewalk, they're showing that it's not going to be easy because they scored 2 goals. Trinidad and Tobago still haven't scored a goal right after 2 matches. Gosh, boy, real heartbreak. Yeah, so Bermuda ain't going to be no walkover away from home or even down here as well, I'm predicting. So yeah, so let me know what you all think about that as well. And yeah, Trinidad and Tobago traveling to Jamaica. Jamaica 2, Trinidad and Tobago 0. Trinidad and Tobago scoring 3 offside. Jamaica comfortably on top of this group on 6 points, maximum points from their 2 games. Jamaicans, my Jamaican people, book your flight to the World Cup. You're all inside. I am saying I've predicted that Jamaica is going to get maximum points. And thank you to my Jamaican people in the comments who are saying that they're going to do us the favor. They're going to beat Curacao home and away. That we need that because other than Jamaica and Curacao basically drawing, and we somehow beaten Jamaica down here in Trinidad when Jamaica, as I mentioned before, going to be much strengthened because they missed 8 first team players, by the way, and still ended up beating us with basically their B team, right? When they come to Trinidad, and they play better on the road. The Jamaican ground, one was hearing from the Jamaicans, not all are good. So the players even playing better on the road rather than, we know in the office they bad in the office, handling themselves in the office. But if you're playing even better on the road, that is more worries for Trinidad and Tobago. So at this point, really, I hope Jamaica take care of business and beat them. The rest of our teams right through maximum points. They going to qualify. I am saying it. They're going to qualify top of the group. Trinidad and Tobago has to fight up for. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, Trinidad and Tobago. But Trinidad and Tobago has to fight up for the second place. Well, one of the best second place finishers, and for the intercontinental playoff. And it most likely might be Bolivia or one of the African countries or one of the Asian countries. That's left to be seen. So yeah. In Group C, we had Costa Rica hosting Haiti. Haiti and all didn't read the script. Everybody thinking, and I as well thinking Costa Rica going on coast in this group. Costa Rica is the team, just like we say Panama in the next group. Costa Rica were coasting 2-0, and then Haiti came back and made it 3-2. What? Haiti in Costa Rica making it 3-2, and then Costa Rica had to come back with an injury time equalizer to get a point. So Haiti in with a chance. Haiti, yeah. And I am saying this group especially, well, the other 2 groups, which one is really the group added by? Because you have Suriname, El Salvador, Panama, Guatemala in that group A. In Group C, you have Costa Rica, Haiti, Honduras, Nicaragua. Both of them is like group adults because everybody thinking Suriname and El Salvador in Group A going to be easy. not proven, so especially with Suriname. And this group people thinking, well, Nicaragua and Haiti might be a walkover. Haiti showing you that they up to fight. And then the next match, Honduras with a comfortable 2-0 over Nicaragua. They on top, but it's still have a fight on because they on 4 and Costa Rica and Haiti on 2. So it's still a lot of football to be played in that group, along with Group A. And yeah, Group B looking like it basically settled there. Trinidad has to really hope Jamaica beats everybody else, because at home and away especially, and we have to take care of our business. Trinidad and Tobago, people who say, no, I shouldn't support, or I shouldn't comment on Trinidad and Tobago football because I'm from Madras, India. I could comment. This is my team. Red, white, and black. You're seeing it. We had to win our matches. We can't afford to drop any more points. We had to win our matches, remaining matches, and we had to rely on Jamaica. My Jamaican people, please and thank you. We're looking for the help. Yeah, we like these Jamaican parties. We like reggae. Yeah, we support them. And I'll say again, whichever Caribbean teams make it, Jamaica we supporting here. If Suriname make it, we supporting here. Yeah, and hopefully Trinidad there as well. So, guys, that's a roundup of this window around the world. And let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who you think is gonna win the World Cup. Hopefully it's my team again, Messi with a second trophy. Yeah. How interesting would it be for Messi Ronaldo final, by the way? Yeah? Because Portugal look like they're going on clinch it in Europe. Yeah, that would break the internet. Well, what are your thoughts on that? Let us know as well. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for all the love and support. Love you guys. GSP, Super Trini, GSP Talk Sports. Thank you.